Hey, so the question I'm hearing nowadays is that how can realtors work from home since all of them are already at home because of the circuit breaker in Singapore? Hi, my name is Yasser Khan and I'm the author of Property Agent Secrets book, which is the most powerful book in real estate guaranteed. And I'm the CEO of Yasser Khan Coaching, where I teach no BS strategies to make more money, have more time, and have the freedom that you want to live your lifestyle. And nowadays in Singapore we already have the circuit breaker, so a lot of agents were not happy. And here's the thing about the circuit breaker: we don't know if it's going to be extended or not. So what I think is that we should make the best of this opportunity. Seriously, we agents are very, very hardworking, and we never get frequent opportunities to slow down for a while and think what we want to improve about our business, because we're so busy doing that we never gain the perspective to step back and ask this important question: how do we do things better? So now that many realtors are at home, you know the important thing is that you got to prepare yourself for when the time comes that the circuit breaker is over, and we get back to our normal life, which is basically going out there and doing showroom, showing around buyers, showing around sellers, and basically just selling, right? So here's the thing about staying at home that I realized some time ago when I was working from home. I was forced to work from home, and the thing is that working from home is different from working from an office or dedicated place where you're not gonna be interrupted, because obviously you are in your home, and your work life and your home life, your family life is gonna be overlapped. And seriously, it's very, very difficult, especially if you have kids, because your kids will be coming around disturbing you, and you need to when you get phone calls, right, you got to quickly hide and go out of the room, or even go out of the house to answer phone call and talk to clients, right? And especially even in video, like for example, when you have phone calls, video calls, webinars that you are doing, right? Many agents are still also going into webinars, right? So they're doing webinars from home. They get kids coming in and all that. So all that is part and parcel of the home environment. You must understand that they're kids. They don't understand what you're trying to do, and small kids especially make it very, very hard, very, very challenging. So you got to adjust. Either you got to wake up very, very early when they're still sleeping, or you got to do what you're supposed to do after they already sleep, right? But these are two extremes, by the way, and they sometimes work for some agents and they sometimes don't work for other agents. But especially if you are a parent, then you got to find a dedicated space. Get yourself a empty room and dedicate yourself a time. And I mean, the most important thing that I know from my personal experience is to have a morning routine, right? Wake up at a specific time. Even though you're staying at home, you are, sleeping late and waking up later than usual. You got to keep doing the same routine, because by the time you're ready to move in, when the circuit breaker is over, when the lockdown is over, hopefully the coronavirus pandemic gets controlled. We always try to hope for the best, and right when that time comes, you are prepared. You are not, uh, don't pick up any bad habits, right? You got to maintain the good habits. So one of the good habits is basically to, I know it's common sense, but try to wake up early in the morning. Try to wake up every same time at the same time every single day, and try to, after breakfast, try to do certain things like meditate, for example. Sit down, have a notebook, write. And I've found that writing, seriously produces results. It gives you clarity, right? So writing is different from typing on a computer, or typing on your PC or laptop, or even your phone, because the act of typing is not as I mean, even though we are using technology nowadays, right, it's still, there is no substitute for writing. So especially keep a journal. That's one of the most productive things to do. and in that journal you got to divide your even if you don't stick to a schedule, you got to come up with a schedule, right? In general, just the over I found that a complicated schedule, it doesn't really work, because there are certain things, unexpected things that happen, and then I miss my schedule, or misplace certain tasks, or for example, I'm supposed to be doing this, and suddenly something came up, and I end up doing something else. So a very strict schedule doesn't work, but you got to keep it general. So when you have a schedule, keep your schedule in the journal, and jot down your thoughts. And one of the things about working from home is that you realize that you get fewer things done compared to when you're working in an office, or you're working in a dedicated space. The reason is because of all the distractions. So there's so many distractions at home, right? For example, TV is one distraction, your kids is another distraction, even your spouse may be another distraction. And especially if you don't have kids, right? For example, then you're living in a joint family, then your family members may be a distraction too, right? So how do you get things done, even though you're facing different type of distractions? And one of the best things that I've realized is that you got to compartmentalize, meaning that we human beings are very good at that, even though you don't realize it. Is that we always tune out certain things that we don't like or we don't want to hear. We tune out, we zone out, right? So that is what I mean by compartmentalize. And even in crowded spaces, right, compartmentalization helps you to set your focus where you want it to be, right? And then when you do that, right, you got to keep a journal. Like I said, in the journal, keep notes what you're supposed to do. And because of the number of distractions go up, you got to find a dedicated space to get your work done. And when you do that, right, make sure that you don't end up watching YouTube videos too much, or you end up watching Netflix, or just simply relaxing. Don't take staying home as an excuse to relax, or not do whatever you're supposed to do, right? You got to be prepared for when times change, right? And they will change. So like I said, you got to keep a journal, and the secret to getting more things done is actually to jot down what are the tasks, what are the things that you're supposed to do today. So in the morning, you have a morning routine, right? And when you're done with your morning routine, open up your journal and write down what the top biggest thing that you're supposed to do. And I learned this secret from Timothy Ferris, the author of the 4 Hour Work Week. And I encourage you to go and read that book. It's amazing, the amount of productivity hacks. Seriously, it's amazing, and it had a huge impact on my life as well. And one of the things that he teaches in his book that I learned is that you got to write down one single thing. It's like a big domino, right? So there are a lot of dominoes, small dominoes, right? And when you knock that big domino, everything falls together, right? So what is the biggest thing that you do in one day? It will solve all your other issues. Go and find that out and then do it. When you do that, right, you realize your productivity increases, and you become more productive person. You get more things done in lesser amount of time. And that is the secret how you get more things done, even especially in the household, where when you're in a home, because of the quarantine, you can't go out, right? And especially you got so many distractions, so many things going on. You just have to become more efficient, pick the most important things that you need to do. And when you do that, you realize that, yeah, you will get up more things done, and you will even enjoy working from home, because it will force you to change your habit that in the past you are used to doing certain things, right? And you are used to having a routine, but staying at home is the new normal right now. So you got to quickly use this time as an opportunity to grow as a person. Do the things that you were putting off, you were procrastinating. Let's be honest, all of us do that, right? All of us avoid doing something that we're supposed to do, or we procrastinate, we put it off. So start doing all that. Start pick up the book that you bought but you didn't read. Go for the online course that you wanted to go. Revisit all the older material that you have. Try to understand on theory. Try to pick up all the skills. Sales is a skill that always can be improved. improve your skills, practice, find the time to reflect, narrow down your list of most important things to do, and that is how you can make working from home a very good and productive time right now, especially in the circuit breaker.